Hey, welcome back to Access Football 2019. And we're going to take a look and continue our franchise, the Denver Mountaineers. We are going into Season 2. All right, Season 2. Let's take a look here. We went 8-8 on Season 1. We did not do so hot, but it could have been a lot worse. So this year, or during the draft, we picked up a couple of new players that we think are going to help us take that step. Unfortunately, I made the mistake and I did not select a quarterback. So, it's going to put us in a bind here, but we'll see. Maybe we can have faith in our young quarterback cannon. We did pick up a couple of great players, including an extremely good defensive back, but we'll see. Let's take a look at the personnel and the contracts. Just as a reminder, this year we'll go ahead and simulate all these games because the game allows us to trade at any time. We'll try to use these guys up to the end of the season, and then try to see about getting some trades. So Cannon, we'll see how he does. If he progresses well, we'll try to pick him up. We only have $21 million, so I have to keep that in mind. Running backs, no changes there, although we might try to trade somebody, maybe Swanson. Because we have a pretty good amount of running backs, and we don't really need that many. So we'll see what we can find for him. Wide receivers, we got to get this guy back, Darrell Young back. I'm afraid that he might cost us too much money. That would be half of our available funds. And sometimes we just got to let it go. Guzman, for sure, we'll try to trade. Tight ends, we have Freeman, who was our starter, and Porter. They're just about as crappy, so I may try to trade them if anybody wants the tight end and see what happens. On the offensive line, Jason Lamb, somebody I would love to bring back. Robertson, definitely want to try to bring him back. It's just going to depend on the money. But our offensive line was an issue last year, so if we can keep these guys improving, I think that would be fantastic. Nothing happening on the defensive line. We don't have to trade anybody. But if we get a chance, we might trade an older player, maybe like Jordan, just simply because we can free up some cash, $4.1 million, and maybe pick up a cheap replacement. But we'll see how he plays out as well. Then linebackers, we have Hardy, which we would love to have him back, but we're solid at linebacker. So if we have to trade him, we'll trade him. Gregory is definitely going to go. DBs, Guerrero, Blake, and Bell. Blake and Bell, we'll try to trade them. Guerrero, we could always keep him. We were pretty solid, in our depth. So if we can trade him, we'll trade him. But he's a young guy, so we'll see. And kicker and punter, we just re-signed them, so we should be good there. All right, so, let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look and see what happens. Game 1. And look at this. Our coach, Mauricio Jordan, just picked up a new badge. That's pretty cool. And he gets 15% additional practice points. So that'll equate to maybe 1 or 2 more points, which is always good. And look at that, we won by 34 points. Wow, what a whooping. 37-3. Like it. Maybe Cannon heard me saying that we were going to try to trade him or something. All right, game 2, we win again, and another impressive win, 37-17 over Nebraska. Let's see how we do on the road. Well, let's take a look, make sure we don't have no injuries, so we're good. Oh, sorry about that. And then we do have 2 practice squad players, which we will end up trading. And yeah, Cannon is the starter, so let's see how good he does. Week 3, we take our first loss. It was not a bad score, 30-44. But we'll see. All right, we get back on the winning track against Detroit. Barely squeak out that win, 28-26. And look at this, we continue our winning streak, 4-1, 38-29. So we're dropping some good amount of points on the offense. So let's take a look at the statistics. Cannon is thrown for 12 TDs in 5 games, so that's not bad at all. And then look at that, Hollowell, the running back, 10 TDs rushing. Nice. And of course, Young is our number 1 receiver, which is 2 guys that I need to re-sign. So I'm cheering for them, but I'm not cheering for them. All right, it's 4-1. Let's see what we do week 6. All right, so we dropped 1, and that was a pretty bad loss, 41-15. So yeah, not a very good. Let's take a look at the statistics on a schedule, league schedule, week 6. So let's see how we did. Oh, we turned the ball over 4 times. Yep, can't do that and expect to win. Look at that, 4 sacks each. But 184 total yards, 45 rushing yards. That's pathetic. 19 rushing attempts for 36 yards. That's 2 yards per. All right, so let's go ahead and put that week behind. And let's see if we can get to the top again. And sure enough, 27-6 gives us our 5th win of the year. And then we take another loss to Orlando. So 5-3, still in the top 4, so that means playoff. So I'm okay with that. And week 9, we take another loss. So now we are 5-4. We are on the verge of a 500 season like last year. We dropped down to 7th place. So let's see if we can bring this victory back up. Before we do that, let's get an update. No injuries, so that's good. We're fortunate. And let's take a look at week 10 against the Cleveland. And we managed a win. Nice. So we are in 6th place. We're tied with Oklahoma. And there's a 4-way tie. So we're close. We're close. We can definitely make this playoff if we get a couple more wins. So let's see what week 11 brings us. And another W, a sound victory over Boston. So now that puts us back in 4th place. And we are tied. 3-way tie here. Still only 1 game behind the leaders. So looking good. 7-4. We went 8-8 last year. So we have a chance. We're coming up on the end of the year. We got 4 more games, 4 more weeks, and probably at week 14 is when we're gonna go ahead and do our trades, because I don't want to risk any injuries, because you can't trade a player if they're injured. So but let's see if we can get to 8 wins At least that'll be the same as last year, and then we'll call that a somewhat of a win. So let's go into week 12 against Buffalo. Believe we lost to them earlier in the year. So let's take a look here. Buffalo. Yep, we lost 29-34. So let's pay them back for that. All right, there we go. Picked up win number 8, 28-13, and we are now tied. There's a 6-way tie for first place. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. And of course, they're gonna put us at the top. So, all right, one more week, and then we'll take a break and go to look at the trading. And look at that. Cincinnati falls to our mighty team, and we are now 9-4. We are going to be guaranteed a better record than we got last year, so that's always good. We are dominating the team scorings, so we're plus 88 points versus what we have allowed, so that's excellent. I know we lost to Carolina earlier, so let's hope that we can get the win at home. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at personnel. No injuries, so I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick look through the trades and see what we can do for those players, and then I'll be right back. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the trades. And we'll start with our quarterback. I'm going to leave him there for now. I'm going to try to keep him. Running back, keep. Wide receivers, Guzman. We're going to try to trade him. So let's see if we can find somebody who is looking for a wide receiver. All right, Philadelphia. Let's see if they're willing to part with a second-round pick. Yep. All right. Third-round pick. All right, so we got a third-round pick. Tight end, Freeman. And Porter. So I'm going to see if I can trade Freeman. Simply because he is the most expensive of the two. I did see somebody who wanted a tight end, so let's see if Baltimore will give us a second-round pick. Or a third-round pick. All right, so Baltimore gave us a third-round pick. All right. Now we're 2 guys short, so I forgot about that. So I need to bring in these 2 guys, Swanson and the guy Bell. All right. Now we could go ahead and trade those 2 guys. We'll just have to make sure that we can get somebody on the cheap, because remember, we need 53 players on the roster to play. So here's Abraham Jordan. He's costing us $4 million. And you can see here, though, if I trade him, I'm going to lose money, so I'm not going to trade him. I'd rather keep him. So let's take a look at Bell. And he's on his final year. Wouldn't be worth our while to trade him because we're not going to get any money back. And you can see the available funds has gone up. I noticed this is a glitch because, and I reported this, this does not include your current salaries. So if I was to think, holy cow, I got $144 million, yeah, I would bankrupt my team real quick because that does not include that money does not include the payroll, the current payroll. So yeah, don't fall for that one there. I think that's a bug that needs to be fixed. So um, we'll take a look at some of our other players, the high money that are contracts, the high money players, and let's see what we got. Holloway's making 6.5. We re-signed him. So Blair's making 13 million. Young is making 11. Yikes. Is there anybody, nobody, that we can just dump to trade? Everybody who is important and making money is there. This guy here, Jordan, is the guy that I was hoping to trade, but because of the penalty, I'm not really gonna make a lot of money, so I don't want to just trade him to trade him. Now Gregory, on the other hand, he's making 5 million, and I'm not keeping him, so let's see if we can roll him out. Linebacker, let's see if we can find him a home, and then we'll find somebody cheap. All right, Gregory. All right, Atlanta. Let's see, I had a draft pick. Second. All right, they had a high need for that, so that worked out for us. Go to free agency. And we don't necessarily need to. Wow, look at this quarterback. A+. We don't necessarily need it to replace him with the same because we had plenty of depth, but yeah, he wants 17 million. That would break me the bank real quick. 15 million. 13. 6 million for 2. A and A. B overall. Let's see if he's better than our current starter, Justin Cannon. Accuracy is not as good, but his throw power is impressive. I'm not going to do Cannon or all like that. I want to keep him. So, well, we do need to pick somebody else. So, let's see. Not really a lot of other players we can move. That's going to not kill our cap. So we may be stuck with what we got. Let's see. Yeah. Might want to pick up another linebacker just in case, but all right. See, I'm not gaining a lot by trading any of these guys. I mean, I could get a draft pick, but I'm going to have to hire somebody just to replace them temporarily. And then these guys, you know, obviously I don't want to trade them. We'll take a look to see what Hudson would bring us, how much money he would free us. But, yeah, I'm thinking that we got what we got. So so who was that? Hudson. And so we would take a hit, as you can see, if we traded him. So it's not a lot, but because, you know, we want to watch how much money we're spending, that's becomes an issue. Let me take a look here and see what kind of, we need another third round pick though, so we can flip that to a second round pick. So if we can get a second round pick or a third round pick, I'll take the hit. Nope. Let's see if anybody else. If we can get a third round, then I'll do it. Nope. Well, I guess we could do a second and then give them, say, our 6. Okay. And that will allow us to flip that draft pick to a second, which then we can take those 2 and flip them as well. So we do need 2 more players, so let's see if we can get a cheap linebacker that's somewhat decent. So really somebody just down the middle that won't be too expensive. 2 million. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. If we can get something better than 2 million. All right. And I'll give him a 3-year contract. Okay. And then let's see. What else do we need? DBs. Very good there. We got 4. Probably not, maybe well, not too bad there. D-line. Probably another D-linesman. Or an OL. Or tight end. One of those. Let's see what they got for tight ends. Alright, he would be on the cheap. Let's see, offensive line. You know, that's not too bad for this guy's just as good as the first one here. And the only difference is his overall, but look, block, awareness, agility, fitness, speed, endurance. It's even better in endurance. Somehow this guy's better. Maybe because of his experience. So what's the difference between these two? 3 million. That's not bad. I think I'm just gonna grab him. Okay. So we're back. That's all the trading we're gonna be able to do. So it'll have to be. Oh, let's go ahead and trade our picks and upgrade them. So take 2 thirds and let's see if they got a second. All right, and then we have 2 seconds. And they don't have one, so. Oh, well, we won a first round, so they might trade us that first round pick. Before I do that, let's take a look at the dashboard. Look at the standings. If I remember right, the worst teams get to go first. So maybe Miami and Cincinnati are the worst teams in this tier. Philadelphia. So any of those might get lucky here. So Miami, Cincinnati, Philadelphia. So right. All right. And Miami. All right, so I think that's it. That's all we can do. We'll go in with a first, third, three first, third, a fourth, and a fifth, and a seventh. I don't know what kind of caliber we'll get. Maybe I can trade this seventh and a fifth for next year's third or something like that. Try to improve on that. I might even just take 3 guys and trade these away. So let's try that. So let's see if we can trade a third and our seventh. Let me just pick a random team and see if they'll give us next year's second. Try to improve on our third. Okay, and then draft pick fourth and a fifth, and see if we can get a third out of that for next year. Let's go ahead. We're 9-4. We're leading the Tier 3 standings, so let's hope we can stay there, and let's see what happens. Boom! We beat Carolina, paid them back. We're 10-4. We are playoff bound. I am pretty sure, unless something crazy happens, that we're going to make it to the playoffs. So, last game, and then we'll know. And we took a loss. And look at that. We came in second place, tied. But, hey, we made it. So we are going into week 16. Oh, I'm sorry. We still got one more game. I got excited there. Week 16, Orlando. Do not beat us and knock us down, because that would mean Orlando would make it because they would beat us. And then Boston and Oklahoma, it would be difficult unless one of them dropped. Let's just win it, and let's see what happens. Last game. Here we go. And yes, we win the last game of the year, which puts us at number 1 in the Tier 3 standing. So we end up with an 11-5 record. Let's take a look at the league MVP. Rucker from Green Bay. Look at that, our Rookie of the Year, Chavez. 53 rushes, 424 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's not bad for a rookie. That was it, though. And at least he represented. All right, so playoffs round 1. Let's take a look at our statistics. So we came in 30th overall in the season, in the league, for offense, 26 for defense. We got 4,348 yards and allowed 5,000 yards. Passing 2,799 yards. Not even, that's not very good. Rushing 1,549 yards. That's not bad. Defense and offense, yikes. Team leaders. So yeah, he didn't even throw for 3,000 yards. He did throw 29 touchdowns. Holloway ran for 1,000 yards again, 19 TDs. And then Blair did not make 1,000 yards, but he had 8 TDs. Nothing wrong with that. 60% completion, 76 passing rating. Man, I'm thinking about going to grab that one guy, and I don't know that we can trade anymore, but we'll see. But if I can pick up that quarterback from the free agency, I might trade him. He's just not cutting it for us. Holloway's still a beast, man. 1,000 yards. Our rookie running back, 424, so we're good there. Receiving, Young and Blair, they both did excellent work. We're just not getting the passing going. So let's take a quick look at personnel, free agency. Actually, before I do that, can I trade? Yeah, I think I can still trade. So I'm going to make a switch here. How much money we got? We got a little bit more money because we won the playoff. We got into the playoffs. So let's take a look at this guy as compared to Gibson. So we're talking about 10 million. A lot of it has to do with the awareness. Awareness is big for a QB. But this guy here, he's not too bad. He's A and a B, and awareness of B. A little bit older player. But you know what? If we're gonna make a push, we need a top dog. So do we offer Gibson or do we offer Patton? This guy's complete package, but this awareness is so much better. I'm gonna take the bullet, and we're gonna take this guy. All right, and then we'll make him. We'll try to trade Cannon away. And see if anybody needs a QB. It does not look like it. So, per the rules, we really can't trade him. So, I'm going to move him to the practice squad. Now, I'll move this guy to the practice squad. Let's see, Medina. Yeah, so Nichols. And then no reason why he can't be the backup. All right, so our new quarterback, Jonathan Patton. Hopefully he can learn the system quickly, as in less than a week. And let's hope for the best. All right, here we go. We're going to simulate this game and see what happens. If we can progress, we'll win a little bit more money. So let's go. Orlando, we beat you once. We can beat you again. And look at that. We did beat Orlando. We moved up with our new quarterback. Let's take a look at the stats. Patton, 60%. 1 TD, 1 interception. Oh, boy. All right. We'll see if that pays off in the long term here. All right. So we're going to simulate this last game, round 2. If we make it, then we'll get to play the last game. So here we go. Can we beat Nebraska? And we beat Nebraska. Holy cow, we did it. We are in the championship game. This is great. All right, so let's take a look at the statistics. Patton, look at that. Okay, he threw a lot more, and he had 1 interception first game, The last 2 games, 5 TDs, no interceptions. All right, I like that. All right, well, take another break here, and we'll come back, and we're going to go ahead and play that game.